If you have the Mishkan Tefillah, we begin on page 288. May my life be one link in a chain of goodness. As I say the prayers of my ancestors, help to recall their devotion and faithfulness, their joy and suffering, which are in every word. Holiness is my heritage. May I be worthy of it. May our tradition live in me and pass from me to generations I shall never know, enriched by the truths that I have found and the good deeds that I have done. So may I fulfill my task on earth and receive my blessing. And when the service ends and the prayers have ceased, help me to bring their spirit into the world in which I live. May I love God above all and my neighbor as myself, and be a living witness to the truth that never changes. We continue with Elohai Neshama. We are so grateful not only to be up and out of bed in the morning as Modeh Ani states, but also that our souls are here and animating our bodies, and our souls are pure and able to help us bless God and appreciate our daily blessings. Elohai Neshama Shenatatavi Tehora Shenatatavi Tehorahi Elohai Neshama Shenatatavi Elohai Neshama Shenatatavi Tehorahi Elohai Neshama Shenatatavi Tehorahi Elohai Neshama Shenatatavi Elohai Neshama Shenatatavi Tehorahi Elohai Neshama Shenatatavi Tehorahi Elohai Neshama Shenatatavi Now, as we move on to our daily blessings, our blessings for daily miracles, I invite you to put in the comments what you are also grateful for this morning, the daily miracles that you are happy, you're functioning, etc. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan l'sechel bina lehavchin ben yom uben laila. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokei ivrim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who opens the eyes of the blind. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who frees the captive. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefufim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who lifts up the fallen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam rokei haaretz al hamayim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who stretches the earth over the waters. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechin mitzadei gaber. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who strengthens our steps. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish arumim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who clothes the naked. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten layayiv koach. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who gives strength to the weary. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hama'adir shena me'enai u'numa me'afar pai. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who removes sleep from the eyes and slumber from the eyelids. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tselem Elohim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who made me in the image of God. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani bat chorin. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has made me free. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael b'gvura. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who girds the Jewish people with strength. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tzvara. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who crowns the Jewish people with splendor. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. As we continue to warm up ourselves to this day, we are going to sing Ashrei. Normally, I just saw another thing. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives us food and love. So normally when we sing Ashrei, we are in the synagogue together and we're praising, being in a house of worship to praise God. But as we are stuck in our own homes, we are also praising that we have homes to be safe in, and that anywhere we are is God's home. Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yehalelucha selah. Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yehalelucha selah. Ashrei, ashrei, ashrei yoshvei beitecha. Ashrei, ashrei, ashrei yoshvei beitecha. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They will sing your praises forever. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They will sing your praises forever. Ashrei yoshvei beitecha. Od yehalelucha selah. Ashrei yoshvei beitecha. Od yehalelucha selah. Ashrei, ashrei, ashrei yoshvei beitecha. Ashrei, ashrei, ashrei yoshvei beitecha. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They will sing your praises forever. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They will sing your praises forever. And now we are ready to segue into our Shacharit service officially with a Chatzi Kaddish on page 312. Yitgadal v'yitkadosh meraba, ve'alma divrach yirteh v'yamliach malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yom echon, u'chayedecho beit Yisrael, bagala, bagala, u'bizman kariv, v'imeru amen, yesh meraba mevarach, ve'alamu al me'almaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'pa'ar v'romam v'naseh, v'yatadar v't'aleh v't'hala, shemei dekudashah b'richu, leila min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma, ve'imeru amen. And now, as we get ready for the call to worship, I invite you to get into a prayer stance, whether that means standing up, stretching out, shaking out your limbs, getting comfortable in your body, or if that means staying seated but planting your legs firmly on the ground, palms facing open in a meditative position, whatever helps you feel grounded and centered in yourself. I suggest that you take that position now as we are called to worship with the Baruchu. If you have the Mishkan Tefillah, it is on page 313. We continue. The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes, more welcomed than gold. A Torah from heaven. I have no light to give the morning. My Torah, my special human gift is words. As I bring my words forth from silence, welcome them, you who redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMe'orot. O God, inspiration and guide for all, you have spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear, in every land and every age. Your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways, and yet, O God, you are one, unifier of humanity. We give thanks for the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully we recall the lawgivers and prophets, the psalmists and sages of Israel. And joyfully we remember that from the dawn of Israel's life, we would turn to you and find purpose. May the teachings of our ancestors live on in our minds, and their passion for our righteousness stir our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchutzo Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchutzo Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשחתך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו אתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and song of God's miracles as earth protected and cherished. A gift for our children and the generations to come, this song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content. Her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נעזר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה חלק, נורא תהילות עושה חלק. שירה חדשה שיבחו גאונים, ושמך עפת הים, יחד כולם חושבים וימלכו מעם נערו. אדוני Sur Yisrael, Uma Bezrat Yisrael, Uvtechinu Mecha, Yehuda B'Yisrael. Go Aleinu Adonai Tzvaot Shemo, Kedosh Yisrael, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ka'al. Of our morning prayer, the Amidah, begins on page 323 if you have the Mishkan Tefillah. And I'm gonna face east. Adonai Sefatai Tiftach Ufi Agita Hilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips that I might declare your glory. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotinu v'Imoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot U'Mevi Geula Livnei B'neihem Le'ma'an Shemo De'ahava Melech Ozer Moshiach Magin Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Abraham Me'Zrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rab Le'Hoshia Morid HaTal מסקל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדם מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, הכתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש 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 מלך כל הארץ, כבודו אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו, אחד אדוני ממקומו, אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו ומלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ורחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ודור, הללויה. בדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ובנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. I pulled something in my calves, and those raises for kadosh, kadosh, kadosh really hurt. But that's my devotion to God, right? That's my sacrifice, is my muscles. We continue with Yismechu, to express our love and joy for Shabbat. I thought I had a tab for that, but maybe I don't. There it is. If you have the book, we are now on page 329. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שומרי שבת וקורא עונג שבת. מקדשי שבי שבת, כולם ישמעו ויתענגו בטובך השבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. והשביעי רצית בו וקידשו שבת, חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. זכר למעשה בראשית שבת, זכר למעשה בראשית שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. On this holy Sabbath day, as you graciously receive our prayers, help us to hear your call. Grant us enough health to fulfill our duties and the compassion we need to attend to others. Teach us humility that we may perceive the wisdom to be forgiving of others. Give us the courage to be true to our highest selves and the charity to see the best in those around us. Give us patience enough not to become discouraged, hope enough to overcome all fears for the future, and faith in you. We praise you, Adonai, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, she'odcha levadcha b'yir'ah na'avod. On pages 332 and 333, we read a modim prayer, a prayer of thanks. And typically this is like a call and response prayer. I say the thing and then everybody else would echo modim, anachnu lach, we thank you, God. Being that I can't hear your modim anachnu lach, instead I'm going to ask you again to put in the comments what you are grateful for, something that you are appreciating anew in this time of quarantine. For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our nations, modim anachnu lach. For this fragile planet Earth, its tides and times, its sunsets and seasons, modim anachnu lach. For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements, modim anachnu lach. For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression, modim anachnu lach. For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared, modim anachnu lach. For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom, modim anachnu lach. For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to grow and affirm and choose, modim anachnu lach. For family and supportive community, modim anachnu lach. For our own bounty, that we have not only what we need, but many things that we want, modim anachnu lach. We pray that we may live not by our hopes, not by our fears, but by our hopes. We may live hopes, not by our fears, but by our hopes. Not by our words, but by our deeds. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'el lehodot. For the nice lady that takes care of my father, aka my mother, modim anachnu lach. And now for a prayer for peace. Sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom tova uveracha. Sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom tova uveracha. We take a moment now for silent prayer. If you have the book, you might use the words on pages 335 through 337 or the meditations of your own heart. Yehi v'ratzon imrefi v'hegyon libi lefanecha Adonai Tzuri Adonai Tzuri V'gali. May the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable to you, Adonai, our rock and redeemer. And now, I'm going to put my music book aside so that I have room for our Torah. The Torah service begins on page 360. Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Gadol Shemo. Gadol. Our Torah portion today comes from Our Torah portion today comes from the double portion, Parashat Tazria Mitzorah. I'm going to read from the Mitzorah section, so I'm starting on Leviticus 14 because I felt like it. Okay. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamborach. Baruch Adonai Hamborach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, This shall be the Torah of the leper. In the day of his cleansing, he shall be brought to the priest, and the priest shall go out of the camp, and the priest shall look. And behold, if the disease of leprosy is healed in the leper, then the priest shall command to take for him who is to be cleansed 2 birds, alive and clean, and cedar wood, and scarlet, and hyssop. And the priest shall command that one of the birds be killed in an earthen utensil over running water. As for the living bird, he shall take it, and the cedar wood, and the scarlet, and the hyssop, and shall dip them and the living bird together in the blood of the bird that was killed over the running water. And he shall sprinkle upon him who is to be cleansed from the leprosy 7 times, and he shall pronounce him clean. Sorry, Facebook. He shall pronounce him clean and shall let the living bird loose in the open field. Amen. Torah hamitzorah b'yom tehorato uvehova al hakohen vayatsa hakohen al michutz lemachaneh v'ra'a hakohen v'hinei mirpad nega hatzarat min hatzacher shtei hatziporim chayot tehorot ve'etz erev u'shnei so'olat ve'ezov v'tzia hakohen ve'shachat et hatziporim chayim et hatzipor hachaya yikach ota ve'et eitz ha'eres ve'et shnei hatulaat ve'et ha'ezov ve'taval otam ve'et hatzipor hachaya B'dam hatzipor hashchuta al hamayim hachayim v'tiharo v'shilach et hatzipor hachaya al panei hasadeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher Natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai. And here is what I read. V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai biyad Moshe. Is out. We say the Misha Berach for those in our community who are ill and in need or injured and in need of healing. While I just want to dress it so that it doesn't roll around. There we go. While I read the names from our community of those we are praying for, I invite you to also search for health of mind, body, or spirit. We have on our list Mary Kennedy, Rosalind Cantu, Mike Haug, Lori Perry, Nick Jolie, Bernard Strassner, Fran Warona, Ariel Batsluva, Gail O'Neill, Rhoda Wessler, Marion Finkel, Skip, Kathy, and Jeffrey Brace, Rhonda Butler, Robin Callahan, Ricky Grant, Shoshana Bat Abraham, Minna Dornfeld, John Manners, Michael Kumakawa, Neil Savage, Elizabeth Wilkins. And of course, we also include in our prayers all of those suffering with COVID-19 and anyone who is in need of health in their mind, body, or ha-bracha. Ve'imotenu, may the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us in the courage to make our lives a blessing. Amen. Mishebeirach imotenu mekor habracha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Now, our Torah today comes from Kings, I believe. Let me pull it up. Yes, 2 Kings, chapter 7. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nbi'im tovim v'ratzav divrehem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai abocher b'Torah uv'Moshe avdo uv'Yisrael amo uv'nbi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek. And there were 4 leprous men at the entrance of the gate, and they said one to the other, "Why should we sit here until we die? If we say we will enter into the city, and the famine is in the city, then we shall die there. And if we sit here, we will die here also. Therefore, come, let us go over to the camp of the Arameans, and if they save us, we shall live. If us, we still die." They rose up in the twilight and go to the camp of the Arameans. When they came to the outer edge of the camp of Aram, behold, there was no man there. For the Lord had made the camp of the Arameans hear a noise of chariots, and a noise of horses, and a noise of a great army. And they said to one another, "Lo, the king of Israel has hired against us the kings of the Hittites, kings of the Egyptians, to come upon us." Therefore they arose and fled in the twilight and left their tents, their horses, their donkeys, even the camp as it was, and fled for their lives. And when these lepers came to the outer edge of the camp, they went into one tent and ate and drank and carried from there silver and gold and garments, and went and hid it, and returned and entered into another tent and carried there also, and went and hid it. And they said one to the other, "We do not well. This is a day of good news, and we hold our peace. If we remain till the morning light, punishment will come upon us. Therefore, now come, let's go and tell the king's household." And they came and called to the gatekeeper man, but there were horses tied and donkeys tied, and the tents were as they were. And he called to the gatekeepers, and they told it to the king's house inside. The king arose in the night and said to his servants, "I will now tell you what the Arameans have done to us. They know that we are hungry, therefore they have gone from the camp to hide themselves in the field, saying, 'When they come from the city, we shall catch them alive and get into the city.' One of the servants answered and said, "Let some sorry, somebody was at the synagogue and my alarm went off and I hit the wrong button. I'll look at that later, or maybe if Jill is still watching, you can look at that. Okay. One of the servants answered and said, "Let some take, I beg you, 5 of the horses that remain, which are left in the city. Behold, they are as all the multitude of Israel that are left in it. Behold, I say, they are even as the multitude of the Israelites that have perished. Let us send and see." Therefore they took 2 chariot horses, and the king sent after the camp of the Arameans, saying, "Go and see." And they went after them to the Jordan, and lo, all the way was full of garments and utensils, which the Arameans had cast away in their haste. And the messengers returned and told the king. And the people went out and plundered the tents of the Arameans, and a measure of fine flour was sold for a shekel, 2 measures of barley for a shekel, according to the word of the Lord. And the king appointed the Lord, on whose hand he leaned, to be in charge of the gate, and the people trampled upon him in the gate, and he died, as the man of God had said, who spoke to him when the king came down. It came to pass that the man of God, that's the prophet Elisha, Elijah's protege, is the man. He spoke to the king, saying, 2 measures of barley for a shekel and a measure of fine flour for a shekel shall be tomorrow about this time in the gate of Samaria. And the Lord answered the man of God and said, "Behold, if the Lord should make windows in heaven, might such a thing be?" And he said, "Behold, you shall see it with your eyes, but shall not eat of it, And so it happened, for the people trampled him upon the gate, and he died. So I think the prophet Elisha is saying looting is okay. I'm not saying that. That seems to be the lesson of this Haftarah. I'm joking, of course. That's not the lesson. It's the connection with the lepers and the Mitzorah. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, tzur kol haolamim, tzadik b'chol hadorot, ha'el ha'neman, ha'omer ve'oseh, hamdaber u'mkayem, shekol devarav emet v'tzedek, al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al ha'nevi'im ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, likdusha v'limnucha, lechavod u'tifaret, al ha'kol Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu modim lach, umvarchim otach, yitbarach shimcha b'fi kol chai, tamid leolam ba'ed, baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha'shabbat. Amen. So, Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and Boker Tov. For those who missed the Omer counting last night, we can do it again for this morning. The same, Jewish days go from sunset to sunset, so it's the same Omer counting. Baruch atah Adonai melech haolam asher kiyeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sefirat ha'omer. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who has sanctified us with mitzvot and commanded us to count the Omer. Hayom shisha asar yom shehem shnei shavuot u'shnei yamim la'omer. Today is 16 days, which is 2 weeks and 2 days of the Omer. This week's Torah portion, Parashat Tazria Mitzorah, continues from the stuff about disease onto the beginning of family purity laws concerning the bodily fluids and ritual purity. It is important to note that ritual purity is not the same as physical dirtiness or immorality. It is simply a different state of being, which when applied to humans means that those people are not allowed to engage in certain specific types of behaviors, such as bringing a sacrifice, or in the case of family purity laws, having sex. So these things are expanded and explained extensively in the Talmud. And as I said, including the prohibition of husband and wife touching at all during the period of the wife's menstruation. The Talmud cites, among other things, that the purpose of this time apart is not due to the ickiness of menstruation or any sort of punishment for the crime of having a uterus, though many modern Jewish feminists may feel that sort of judgment is inherent in these laws. Rather, the Talmud uses this timing as it merely naturally influenced borders to relationships, because absence makes the heart grow fonder. If touching is forbidden for 1 week each month for the first half of the marriage, give or take, depending on the age of marriage, menopause, and death, how much sweeter is the teaching the other 3 weeks of the month, especially that first time after the week apart. Now, I will also just address these laws as they are in the Torah and Talmud are very hetero-based, but there has been modern writing about ways that same-sex couples can incorporate this also. It can get difficult in lesbian relationships. If they're not synced up, then they don't get 3 weeks together. So there are other workarounds for that, and ideas as well for how two men might engage in period separation, even though nobody in that relationship is menstruating. But that's like the idea is that even though some modern Jewish feminists might feel that this body of law is uncomfortable and outdated, others who are also progressive during this time of quarantine, how many of us are using this time to reach out to old friends, to reconnect and check in on one another. We know that the basic premise of this thinking is simply true. Time alone makes time together so much more appreciated, and vice versa. Too much time together can make some time alone also appreciated. So whether or not we accept the NIDA laws, or whether or not we accept that this is truly the reason that this week's Parsha starts giving us these commandments, we can learn from this how to best appreciate those we are missing. When this quarantine lifts, we can appreciate those community gatherers. We will remember to keep in touch with all of those friends around the country that we've seen more on video chat this month than we have in the previous year. We will be able to, again, enjoy truly watching TV alone, because it won't be the only thing we've done for 3 days straight. May we find gratitude in everyday joys of life, alone and together. Amen and Shabbat Shalom. Now we are going to return our Torah to the Ark. Yahalelu et Shem Adonai, ki niskav shemo levado, hodo al eretz v'shamayim, vayarem keren le'amo, tehila lecho chasitav, livnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Eitz chaim hi, v'machazikim ba, v'tzomcheha, me'ushar deracheha, darchei noam, v'chol netivoteha, shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva, chadesh yameinu kedem. And while our Ark is still open, we move to our concluding prayers, the Aleinu, on page 586, if you have the book. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כלי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. We turn our thoughts now to those who are no longer with us in body, but remain with us in spirit. As I read the names of people from our community who are either marking an anniversary of death or who have died within the last year, please also share in the comments any names of people that you would like to remember at this time as well. This week marks the first yard site for Lori Gilbert Kay, as well as yard sites for Eddie Cortezi Dawes, Chaim Friedman, Jeffrey Hummel, Lawrence Rittenberg, Bella Wattenmaker, and David Felix. And we are still within the year of mourning for Roland Lane, Larry Washington, Dean Ashley, Sophie Levy, Donna Thatcher, Deborah Freelander, Abraham Finkel, Harold Herman, Nancy Hollowitz, Roland Laramie, Mindy Ferenz, Moishe Deutsch, Douglas Miguel Rodriguez, Bob Katz, Roger Haug, Paula Cooper, Ernie Weissman, Doris Oleski, Sandra Lenag, David Avery, Art Rich, and And of course, we include Rodney Smith. Yeah, it's a yard site for Rodney. And we include in our thoughts as well all those who have died from COVID-19. The Mourner's Kaddish is on page 598. Mourners and those who wish to join them may rise. Gadal v'kadash, grab your beverage, your challah, or whatever, your morning croissants, whatever you're eating today, so we can say blessings. And while you're doing that, just a few announcements. We'll be back live with Havdalah on Facebook and Instagram tonight at 7:30. Religious school tomorrow at 10 on Zoom. Everyone should have that link. Parents, you are expected to join your children for the first 45 minutes of religious school tomorrow for an all-family program. Adult Ed at 1 as we begin to dive into the reform progression of Jewish law. And then that's it. Let me know if you want links to various global Yom HaAtzmaut or Yom HaZikaron events that are happening Monday and Tuesday. Ner Shalom is not, or Yom HaZikaron events that are happening Monday and Tuesday. Ner Shalom is not going live for those, but there are lots of things happening I can connect you with. And then we will be live again, or we'll have Zoom again, may or may not stream that to Facebook. Thursday at 1, different time this week. Normally it's Thursdays at noon. This week it's 1 due to a scheduling conflict for me. 1, we continue with our Torah study. So that's what's going on with us. Now, juice first. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim. Some days the tartness of that juice is really refreshing in the morning, and sometimes it's too much. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Te'avon. With the tree of life. Eitz chaim hi lemachazikim ba v'tomcheha me'ushar. Eitz chaim hi lemachazikim ba v'tomcheha me'ushar. Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, 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 shalom. Have a wonderful Saturday, everyone. I'll see you tonight.